It's Lucky Domino, so it's been a while, but I wanted to show you during Hop-It Spotlight Hour how I do the megas, because I've promised a bunch of my friends I would show them. So I have my megas labeled. So you can see I'm going through, most of mine are already maxed, but my system is this star over here, this little star I put in front is my mega symbol. So I go 1, 2, and 3, as you can see. So I actually go on both phones, but you can only see one because my phone is broken and I can't open it. So you'll just see the one phone. This one is actually the first time I'm going to do it. I'm going to end up doing Groudon, but I go through all of them. So that I cycle through. And every time I can do a new mega, I just cycle through, I do one of each species, and then I end up with the highest level mega of the species that hopefully the double species that I want to do for the 8 hours. So I actually go back and forth to be as efficient as possible. I wasn't because I was talking to you guys, but let's see, over here. Let's see who the lowest level is. So the reason I do this is because the way the things are alphabetized, I can just go back and forth. I only do things that are free. In that case, I did that. So as you can see, this one is free. When I'm going back and forth, then I don't have to wait for the animation, which takes forever because Niantic is very slow. And that irritates me. So all right, so that's no longer the first time. I go in here and I add a symbol so I know now it's second level. And then I will go and see who's next. All right, I've got a Salamence. I only do one of each species at a time because this way the next time I want to do a whole series, I will have something left to do. And I won't just have like a whole bunch one time and then nothing left to do the next several days, because it takes so long to max out a mega. I wish you could see what I'm doing on my other phone. It makes it so much faster when you don't have to sit here and wait. As you can tell, I have a lot of maxed megas and it has taken a very long time to go through and get them there. But if you do a system like this, it doesn't take quite as long, and you just kind of, you can use whatever symbols you want that aren't too hard for you to find. And so as you can see, I've got a couple Steelix. I'm only going to do this one. I'm not even going to look at the other ones. So this way you don't do so many. And the beginning, of course, right? So I'm doing this, I'm scrolling down so that I can keep track of where I am. And as you can see, I'm only going to mega things that are free. I am not going to bother with anything that isn't, because that's more efficient. And so this is my symbol for when I'm all done. Then I know they're done. You'll see when I get to the top, then they show up. You pick whatever symbol you want, however your phone alphabetizes symbols, that way they show up at the top. So when I'm like, okay, who's maxed? Then I can choose from the things that are maxed first. And it's much more efficient that way. I haven't done this for a while just so I could show you guys a whole bunch of things. But yeah, I only pick one of each species and one of each level. I don't have that many more things to mega because I've been doing it for a while. I would suggest only mega-ing things that are really good, because after a while, as you get higher level, you will look at what you You will look at what you mega and be like, why did I keep that garbage? This is horrible. I want to delete you, and you'll feel bad because you maxed it out. You maxed out the mega level. And I've actually traded maxed megas to myself, and they turned out garbage, of course. And I'm like, sorry, bye. And it was a waste. It was an absolute waste. So at this point, I only mega things that are like 0.96, 0.98 hundos or shinies, because I'm very unlikely to get rid of the shiny, although I do delete shinies at this point. So yeah, obviously it's better to have a couple megas that you can rotate through, because when that mega is no longer in raids, it's really hard to get more of the energy. Walking it is super slow, as I'm sure you've noticed. It's not easy. So let's say you want a grass mega at all times. They only last for 8 hours, right? You need like 6, 7, 8 of them to go for it to be free at all times, even if it's maxed. If it's not maxed, forget about it. So it's really tough for it to be free. And it takes a long time for it to get maxed, and for you not to use extra mega energy to get it there, right? Like what I'm doing, this takes a long time. So, I mean, yeah, you're gonna probably have things that, like, I never got a Garchomp that was better than 0.96. I think I might have traded myself. This is what you're looking at, is my alt account. She has better than I do on main. I had to mega the Deancies, even though they're not very good, because those are the only ones we got. But the thing is, like, you're gonna regret it later if you have a bunch of, I think you'll see, no, I think I've dumped most of them, but like my Sizors are not very good. But yeah, try not to mega things that are garbage, because you'll look at them and be like, ugh, I hate you, go away. And you're gonna feel really bad about the mega energy you wasted and having to look at them continuously. And then you'll feel bad when you have to dump them. So let's see, I think I'm almost done here. I'm up to the Groudons. But yeah, the shinies you feel less bad about once they're mega'd. So as you can see, I have skipped the other Ampharos because I already did one. And I know Agron is a very strange mega, because it loses a type. Unlike almost everything else, it actually loses a type. It's no longer rock and steel, it's just steel. Do you see that? So it's a terrible mega. But you never know when you might need something. So it's good to have redundancies. It is very hard to have complete coverage for any given event. So it's worth having, even if you don't really want something, it's worth having extra coverage. So, yeah, like I said, I haven't done this for a while, so I could show you guys, and now I've got so many to go through. And just imagine how it was in the very beginning when I had to mega every single thing all the time, even when I was only doing one of each species and each level. So, good Lord. So if you can, every 8 hours when you go for a new mega, try to do this, and then it's not so many. So the next time I go through this, right, I'll have fewer because there are only a couple left of each species. Let's see. Yeah, forgot some over here on the other phone. I think I'm almost done over here. It took me a long time to get through. Okay, so I'm done. You can see I've got some things reserved to trade to people. Okay, these are all my maxed megas up here. That's a lot, right? That is an incredible time investment, it looks like, except this is how I went through it. I just went through and did this every time I was gonna mega things. Good God, that's a lot. So what I want here is Groudon. So you can see I've got only 6 of them. Not terrible, it's all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and see which one of them is free. I do not waste mega energy if I don't have to. because we've got Hoppip and Groudon and Kyogre are the only ones who are triple type. Groudon is grass, ground, fire. I'm in LA. We are almost always grass, ground, fire, although this winter it's been raining a lot. So I am doing that. And now I've got full coverage, and yeah, so that's how I do megas. That's my personal philosophy. I don't waste mega energy if I don't have to, because those raids are expensive, those remotes are expensive. If I can conserve stuff, I will. But if you're trying to get it maxed and you've got nothing else and your best is like a 0.91 or whatever, hey, go for it. But I mega in relays, and then I've got full coverage for an event because, let's see if I can show you something grass. Okay, so the benefits to getting a mega, let me not even do that. The benefits to using a mega on something, a mega of the same type. So if you see, when I catch this, it's way better. Okay, so look. So you saw that instead of getting, so right now we've got double catch candy. So that was 2 more candy instead of being, so you see the 100 XP bonus, right? So it's XP bonus, candy bonus, and that's for every single thing you catch that is the same type. So for Groudon, that would be grass, ground, and fire. So XP and candy for every one of those 3 types. That is probably a big part of how I leveled up to level 50 in less than 2 years, because I made sure I had a maxed mega on at pretty much all times in the last year or so. Like, don't sleep on megas. They're really, really helpful. All right, see you guys soon.